Wow. Liverpool beat Leeds 3-0. Janusz Michallik with me, Kay Murray, to look back on it for ESPN FC. What an incredible performance, Janusz.
Wow, where do you start? Boys are back. I mean, you have to say it. And, I'm not talking about, Van Dijk or, it's just the regulars are back. There's a sense of purpose. You could tell that they had fun. I made a note 2 minutes in because, you go to Ellen Road and you know what you're going to get. And we saw the energy that the crowd brought. And of course, Leeds with the crowd or without are going to give you that energy. And I thought it was a passing clinic in the first 2 minutes. I mean, they broke pressure of Leeds. I mean, they did just about everything right. And you could see the composure. You could see the old players, the components that were working, Kay. It was an incredible watch. I really, 3 minutes in, I said, this is over. And the unfortunate part was that it should have been in the first 45 minutes. It wasn't. But of course, Fabinho fixed that very, very quickly right at the beginning of the second half. And from then on, we had to deal with, Harvey Elliott situation.
Yeah, obviously a real dampener on what was a big day for Liverpool and a big result for them. And a big day for Mo Salah as well. 5th fastest to 100 goals in the Premier League. What a player he's been for Liverpool.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about whom would I give the man of the match, and there were many, really. I mean, he certainly was one of them with the first goal, which I think, it's always important, no matter where you play or whom you play, in that one. And afterwards, I don't know if you noticed towards the end, that little header, when he passed the ball with the back of his head, it was just, he was certainly having fun, which he always does. Even last season, Kay, I mean, he had an incredible scoring season, only second to Harry Kane, if memory serves right, which was not a great season for Liverpool. So he just continues to be significant, not just for Liverpool, but in his Premier League. So incredible, 100 goals. Wow.
Who else stood out for you on the day for Liverpool?
Well, I thought Fabinho was excellent, right? I mean, you look at that midfield and when I saw it at first, you see Harvey Elliott ahead of the captain, Jordan Henderson, right? You see Thiago, players that obviously have the touch, but maybe a little bit different than we normally see, the robust midfield, if you will. So Fabinho was my man of the match, although I could have gone to Matip. He was also excellent. Trent, my goodness, how good was he, right? And the quietest player on the pitch was Andy Robertson. I hardly ever saw him, but I think he was just given balance because everything was working elsewhere.
You mentioned Trent Alexander-Arnold. I just want to talk about him just a moment, because before the game we heard from Jurgen Klopp and maybe a little bit critical of Gareth Southgate using him in the midfield. What have you made of Trent Alexander-Arnold's versatility, and where do you best like to see him?
Well, of course, he's right. You want to see him on the right side. Maybe Gareth, I was at the game in Warsaw, Poland against England, commentating on the game. And before the game, one knock on England has been the lack of creativity with Calvin Phillips, whom we've seen, and Declan Rice. And that was there for all to see. I mean, it really wasn't a good England performance. There was nobody in the center of that pitch. So, I don't think that we're going to see Trent playing in the midfield for England, but I do think that it's worth trying him in kind of, one of those games that really didn't matter, and England were going to win it anyway. So, no, but his position obviously is a right back or a wing back, anywhere, but probably in sort of the midfield. But it wouldn't shock me if given games, he was also good there.
Sadio Mane got to be happy with his goal, and Jurgen Klopp will be happy with that too, right?
Yes, because he was trying so hard, almost too hard, right? And that's one of those players that I think Liverpool needs to recover. And we've seen glances, but this is still not the same Sadio Mane of 2 seasons ago or 3 seasons ago, but he's getting there. So I think the fact that he did get his third, it was frustrating for him. It was frustrating for his teammates. It was probably frustrating for Jurgen Klopp. But, that third goal will give him some momentum going forward.
Let's talk a little bit about Harvey Elliott then. This was horrible to see, wasn't it, Janusz? 18 years old to get an injury like that. We've seen him post afterwards on social media with the thumbs up saying the recovery begins now. And obviously that's always promising to see that he's staying positive, but just awful scenes.
Well, it's awful for anyone. You like to say, well, he's young. It probably doesn't really make a difference if you're younger or older, right? I mean, it's a terrible injury by the looks of it. And we've only seen it once, really. I've only seen it once. I didn't go seek it out anywhere because I've been in those situations. It's not really a great sight. But look, I mean, he's been incredible, right? I mean, he's taken the place of Jordan Henderson, at least for now, in that midfield at the age of 18. Tremendous season at Blackburn Rovers, on loan last year. the trust that's been given to him by all the players and the manager early in the season. And, it's unfortunate. I've thought about it because I've seen it. I've been on both sides of those tackles. I'm glad that Craig Pawson did it on the pitch and it wasn't VAR, because it is a dangerous tackle. It's allowed by the laws of the game. My gut feeling is that he probably did get a lot of the ball, but, it's from behind when you least expect it, right? It's a sweeping motion, both feet off the ground. It's just not a good tackle to make. I do believe that Pascal Struijk was doing the right thing. He wanted to win the ball. He probably did get a piece of it, but it's such a dangerous tackle. We saw it from Liam Cooper on Mane just a few minutes later. So I'm not going to sit here and blame Pascal Struijk, because I believe he was going for the ball, but I think the referees need to pay attention in those kind of tackles.
Okay, let me end on another Mo Salah question then. On ESPN FC earlier this week, there was a question from one of our viewers about who would win the Golden Boot in the Premier League between Romelu Lukaku and Cristiano Ronaldo. And there was a lot of upset that Mo Salah was not put in there. Would you care to?
I had him there. Honestly, anyone can check in different, sure he could, right? I mean, if you look at Lukaku and you look at Cristiano Ronaldo, they're all on quality teams, just like Mo Salah. It's going to be interesting. They all may be taking penalties, which is not insignificant, of course, in a race like this. But Mo Salah has proven over and over and over again that he's always there, right? 100 goals, only 6th, 7th player, I think. I didn't check that, I'm sorry, but I mean, obviously an incredible achievement in such a short period of time. So he's going to be up there at the end of the season.
Yeah, 5th fastest to it. And it's going to be interesting to see how that race for top scorer ends. But a good day for Liverpool in terms of points and football on the pitch. 3-0 it finished over Leeds United.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.